guys, welcome back to PerkyTomato, and today I'm going to show y'all how to make these super duper cute 18-inch model size tie-dye t-shirts. But wait, there's a catch. We are tie-dyeing these tees with watercolor paint. So I guess this is kind of just a trying to tie-dye with watercolor paint video. Anyways, if you want to know how exactly to tie-dye using this method, keep watching and please enjoy the process of me learning this for the very first time. Alright, let's go. Okay, so the things you're going to be needing to make this craft are some watercolor paint. Any watercolor paint will work. Some cups. You're going to want to use some cups that you don't really care about. Here I just have some paper cups. You're going to want the same amount of cups as colors you're doing. So like if you're doing 3 colors, you're going to want 3 cups. You're going to, you can do gloves. I have some gloves here. You don't have to have gloves. Like if you don't have them on hand, your hands won't get like seriously stained or anything. But if you want, you can get some gloves. You're going to want a paintbrush. And obviously something to watercolor. Here I have these little miniature white t-shirts that I actually hand stitched. Or you can even do like life-size clothing, maybe a bag. So yeah. And a protective surface. Oh, and one more thing, you're gonna want some rubber bands or like elastics like these. I'm just using these little clear ones. Okay, so let's start by making our little watercolor t-shirt dye solution first. Okay, let's go. First, fill your cup with some water. Grab a nice big paintbrush and get lots of water on it, and then put it into your watercolor paint and just swoosh it around, really getting all that dye in the brush and just making sure it's really pigmented, just like, yes, okay? And then put it in your water. We're gonna do this multiple times, so just take more of your water, mix it into your watercolor paint like so, getting all that like nice paint on the brush, and then putting it in the water to make the water even more pigmented, because even though this looks darker and like blue, it's definitely not pigmented enough. Also keep in mind the color will get lighter after it dries and you wash it. Okay, so I have my blue dye all mixed up and ready to go. Make sure you have all your colors ready to go before you start dyeing your t-shirt or whatever you're dyeing. I'm just doing blue, just one color, but you can do multiple colors, of course. Now, put down your protective surface, grab your t-shirt or whatever you're dyeing, and I'm just going to start crumpling this up. Now, this is like the most basic method to tie-dye, but if you want to do like a different method, because there are a bunch of fun methods you can use, I'll leave a link to 2 videos that really helped me with tie-dyeing methods that were like really interesting, so I'll leave the link to them down below. Okay, so I got my t-shirt all nice and crumpled up, and then you're going to want to put rubber bands around it, or you can use like little clear elastics like this. I need to stretch these out though, so give me a second. Really keep that crumple in place. Okay, that's about good, I'd say. Okay, so now this is the time when you could put on your gloves if you wanted. Okay, so instead of doing like the little squeezy bottle thing, we're just going to be using our paintbrush and like getting the dye on it and then putting it on our t-shirt like this. So we're just gonna grab some on our brush, like get it nice and in our brush, and then just put it on our t-shirt. Now, we're just going to let this nice big bunch set overnight, completely let it dry. Okay guys, so it's only been like 3 hours, but I want to take the rubber bands off so it can dry like flat. So I'm gonna try and take the rubber bands off with my gloves on. Okay guys, so quick update. So when I took it out of like the rubber bands, it was like all blue, but then like it was still wet a little, so I just rinsed this under the water. I didn't even like scrub it, I just like got it wet, and like it's a lot more tie-dye-y, as you can tell. But like since the dye is still wet, like it hadn't completely dried, it rinsed out, but you don't want to rinse it all out. Okay, so I was messing around with it a bit more, and it's a lot more tie-dye-y now. Like, I was just pinching little sections, adding a little bit of the dye. So I'm going to let this completely dry, and we're going to find out what happens. Okay, guys, so I'm back. This t-shirt is completely dry. It totally turned out really cute. As it dried, it got a lot lighter, obviously, since, like, when you get something wet, it gets a little bit darker. But this turned out really good, and I'm going to do the pink one now. Okay, so now I'm going to get started on my pink tie-dye shirt, and I'm going to kind of explain it, doing it the right way without having all the side stuff, but yeah. Okay, so I'm first going to start by making my little pink dye solution. I'm probably going to add in a little red to it too, so it's more pigmented, and yeah. And this is like purpley pink too. Okay, so now we're gonna do like the dyeing of the shirt, but I have like a different method. Instead of using like the rubber bands and stuff, what if I just like crumpled up the t-shirt and then just added the dye while holding it while it's crumpled, and we're just going to add the dye to it while we kind of like hold it in place while it's crumpled. I feel like that might work. Let me just crumple it to my liking. And then I like this because you can like take it out and take a look at how it's coming. I kind of like want to kind of actually wash out some of the spots, like purposely get it wet so that it's like a pastel pink and then more of a darker pink. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so here's what we got. I'm gonna actually just go rinse this out. I'm not even gonna let it dry, just to like get like a nice light pastel pink, and just with some regular water, no soap, and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back from rinsing it, and surprisingly, it's actually still pretty colored. I rinsed it like multiple times, and I even used soap because I really wanted like a really pastel pink. So like I really got this dye very, very pigmented, I guess. So yeah, so anyway, I rinsed it a lot to get it nice and pastel, and we're gonna do like the second coat of like the color. So I'm just gonna kind of just re-crumple it up and then apply the color. And I might rinse it again too, because like this is a really, really good like dye, I guess. Gonna kind of crumple certain areas to get them more colored, and then here we go. Okay, so this is what it looks like after I finished dyeing and rinsing. And now, so like after you've done your final dye, you don't want to rinse it, you just want to let it dry. You can even use like a hair dryer on it, you can put it out in the sun. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this dry. I might use a little hair dryer on it, but yeah. Okay guys, so this is not the final t-shirt, but this is what they've looked like after they have all dried. Like, they're super cute. You definitely can do multiple colors, but for what I'm using these for, I don't want multiple. I'm going to sew a little emblem in the corner right here, kind of like this one. I found this on the website 𝕬𝕦𝕚𝕚𝕚, R-O-M-W-E, and I think it's so cute. They have like a little like a Saturn embroidery thing, so I'm going to do that. Okay guys, so I already sewed the little emblem on, and it's so cute. I totally love how these turned out. Like, these are so totally ready to go. Alright guys, that is basically it. I think these tees turned out super cute. They don't stain your model at all. They were really fun to make, and honestly very easy once you know what to do. And yeah, let me know if you try this at home. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, because I love talking to you guys. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Enjoy the video, watch my hair, subscribe and like the video, and most of all share this channel. I'm eating chips, by the way.